What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So in the last episode you saw that we got most of the furniture fitted into the van. We've got a few little bits to change which we shall discuss in a little bit, but for the most part we got in what we needed to do to enable us to be able to get this lot fitted. So this lot is Renogy off-grid solutions. We've got two big solar panels, we've got two nice big lithium ion batteries. I think they're 220 amps each, one controller, all the other bits, MPPT charger, etc. to go with it. And we're over here at Split Charge in Yorkshire, which is not the place I went to, but we won't discuss that. And we're here to get this all fitted into the van and then get it live so we can actually use it. And as ever, every time I go north, it rains. And funnily enough, it's raining. So yeah, we're going to go and figure out a plan now of what we're going to do. And I'll bring you back when we are on with making a start and show you what we've done. So I want to start off by saying a massive, massive thank you to Renogy for supplying me with all of these items that are going to be going into the van to give us a pretty much fully off-grid setup. They've been really, really helpful. There's some great products. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. But yeah, massive thank you to them for supplying us with these parts and helping us along with this build. I designed this area around these batteries and inverter, but as ever with anything I do, there was still a little question as to whether it was actually going to work. Thankfully, it all fitted exactly as we wanted. Right, a few decisions have been made. We've decided that the batteries are going to go there. Inverter, which is absolutely huge. Look at the size of that inverter. It is extremely heavy. Made this piece here to hold the batteries in place. There's another bit of wood that's screwed down here to create a void, so we can then get the cables into the back of the kitchen to get them down to where we want them to. We're thinking that this, which is the MPPT and DC to DC, is going to mount somewhere just here, meaning that on the end here we've got room for the shunt and for the 12 volt fuse board. So yeah, guys, just getting on with a couple of other bits. I'll wait for them to come back and we'll move on to the next step. Now we know everything is going to fit where we want it to, we headed over to their stock room and I got let loose at grabbing armfuls of everything needed to get this electrical installation complete. These guys have absolutely everything you need electrical wise. Hit up their website, which is on screen now, using the code DAC5 to get 5% off your order site-wide unless the items are already on offer. Once we got back to the van, we set about making neat, tidy cable runs, all the ends crimped correctly with a nice bit of heat shrink on them so it looks professional. Right, that is all the big 95mm square cabling done. So we've got link between the two batteries together. Positive comes off this battery down to this bus bar. Negative comes off of the other battery to this bus bar. We've then got negative off to the huge inverter and then the power to the huge inverter as well. So I've now fixed on DC to DC charger and the 12 volt fuse board, and I've got some 16mm square cable, crimps, tools, everything. So let's get these bits made up and thrown on and then see if that is the right way that we've done it. I don't like wiring. I really, really don't like wiring. You got to make sure it's right so you don't die. Good morning and welcome to another rainy day up in Yorkshire. So we got a lot more done, although it doesn't look like it. Whole system, obviously I need to clean it because I've made a bit of a mess. Battery system is for the majority part in. We need to add fuses to make it all live. Fuse board for the 12 volt system is in, DC to DC and the MPPT charger is in. The 240 volt fuse board is in and wired to the inverter. I still need to wire in the hookup, but I need to buy a hookup, so we've not done that yet. I've got two cables here that go round into the kitchen area, which will be the two sockets for the air fryer and for the induction hob. 12 volt systems, I'm not running anything yet because I've not bought any of the stuff like water pump, lighting, switches, all these different things. I've not bought any of that yet, but this was just sort of getting the main difficult part of the system in, which is this. Running cables for lights and things is mega easy, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. Negative bus bars in, that is all in. We've got the cables ran here that go under the van that come up into the DC to DC charger. So they go under the van, clipped up neatly all the way along, come into the cab where the starter battery is. We've got a fuse. Today's job is to put a fuse in, connect those up to the starter battery. And then we need to put the solar panels on the roof, which in my rush to get all this lot fitted means getting the solar cables down is not going to be very easy. But hopefully we'll be able to do it. Always something with me. Always something. But the guys here have been really helpful. Went for a tour and a walk around yesterday, and the place is huge. The stock they've got is amazing, very impressive, and it just blew me away at how much stuff they'd actually physically got in stock. And they have given me a discount code, which is DAC5, which is, as long as it's not already on offer on the website, is site-wide for everything. They do offer a complete installation service, and they also offer a service where you can tell them what van you've got, discuss the system and the kit that you want, and they will make you a backboard with it all mounted onto it that is all connected up, so you've got as minimal connections as possible, and they will just deliver that board to you so you can just put it into your van. So yeah, great idea, because this stresses me out. I've wired up, I don't know, 5 or 6 different vans now, and this is still the part that stresses me out every single time. So a well worthy little thing you can do. But I'm gonna go in, have a word with the lads. I've literally just got here, got all the bed and everything ripped out. Go in, have a word with the lads and see what the plan is. And then I think they're getting something out the workshop. We'll get the van in the workshop. We can get the solar panels bonded to the roof and then start having a look at how the hell we're gonna run these cables down into the van. I try to put thought into things, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Now the van's in the workshop, I got the Renogy solar panels all unboxed and made sure that they were going to fit where we wanted them to. First thing was to drill and nut and bolt them together so that the 2 panels essentially became 1 panel. Once that was done, I offered up the aluminium L section that I brought with me, drilled the holes through the sides of the aluminium into the aluminium frame of the solar panels, put nut certs into the solar panels so that we could bolt the solar panels to the L section. The L section was then taken up onto the roof, marked out where it wanted to be. I sanded all the dirt and everything from the roof to give us a good area and a good bond for the adhesive we were going to use to fix them down. Yes, the roof still needs cleaning, but we will worry about that when we get to the paint stage. These panels will all have to come off for paint. The L sections were then bonded down with Split Charge's PU adhesive. I used the same peel rivets we've used on the rest of the van, and we put a little bit of adhesive over the top of the rivet head for no water ingress. Trying to get the solar cables inside wasn't as difficult as I thought. If you remember in the previous episode, I showed you that I drilled a hole in the underside of the ceiling that was to allow cables to get from the side of the van to the centre of the van where the lighting's going to be. I simply measured that out on the roof on the top, drilled a 20mm hole through, and thankfully we hit bang on where that cutout was. And I could use one of the cables that I'd already ran inside as a pull through. We pulled that up through the hole into a loop, tied our cables to it, and then slowly pulled it all the way down into the area that we needed it to be. Once the cables were in, we set about fitting a scan strut gland. Now this is a fully waterproof gland that allows cable entries into the roof, meaning we can get power from the panels into the charge controller inside the van. And then after that, it was simply making the MC4 connections for the panels to the cables that we just installed. And then we got the panels bolted onto the L section with bonded to the roof. Next up was to bring the cables inside to where the consumer unit was. Inside the consumer unit, we've got a really nice, neat, simple solution for the solar switch. That's all housed within the consumer unit. I brought the positive and negative into the bottom of that and connected them up. We then made up cables coming out of the top of that then go off to the negative bus bar and to the positive side input on the Renogy MPPT controller. The last step in connections was to get the power from the starter battery. So we just simply ran the cables underneath. They're all cable tied up neatly. I am going to get some proper clips for them, but it is up and safe for now. We pull the cable in, do the positive connection, and then the negative connection. If you take all of the rubber out, just under the center console of the van, there is a nice main earth point that we brought the negative to. What's happening, boys and girls? So we're back home down in Devon. It is quite a few days later. The weather is absolutely glorious. The beach is beautiful. We've been out on the beach. We've been having a bit of a chill out and had a bit of time to sort of recoup because the last few weeks have been non-stop. But we've got all the electrical system fitted now, as you've seen. Well, not all of it. It's fitted, it's in, it's working. The solar panels are charging. The battery is charging. The starter battery is charging all the batteries at the back. We've not really got any load on it yet because I've not ordered any of the stuff and had a little bit of downtime. So I've got a list in the living room at the moment that I'm slowly working through, ordering all the other bits, lighting, water pumps, all the various different things that we're going to need to then wire into it to make it a usable camper van. Before I left Leicester, I did go and see my brother who has CNC'd me out a new side panel for the bathroom. I need to trim that down a little bit to the ceiling and we can get it all prepped, painted and in to replace this panel with these holes in. But then what we're going to do with that panel is we're going to cut a section out of it. Being already painted, it may save time, which will then replace this panel that you can see down here. We managed to damage. So that will fix that issue. The bed in this van is one of the comfiest things. The foam is way too thick, but it is also way too comfortable. It looks a bit stupid with it all up on top of itself there at the minute. But yeah, when you've got it out into a bed, you do not want to get out of it. It holds you in and it doesn't make you want to get up in the morning. So I want to say a huge thank you to the guys from Renogy for sponsoring me, sponsoring the build and supplying me with all of the parts that we've fitted in electrically so far. The ShadowFlux solar panels and the inverter that are in the back, they've given me a 9% discount code for you guys if you use the code DAC9 at checkout on the Renogy website. Great products. I've used them in many previous vans and I think they work really well. The new addition that we have fitted, which isn't really, I've not set any of this up yet, so I'm not going to do an in-depth thing, is the Renogy One, which is their all-in-one screen and system where you can see battery levels, charge levels, all different things. And I've not played with it yet, but from what I've seen on the internet of it, it is a great little bit of kit and a great addition to the system. I will be doing another episode, which will be, or in another episode, I'll be going through the system in a little bit more in depth and explain to you the exact components that I've bought and fitted, show you the system running, things like that. I just haven't had the time to go through it all before we get this video done. I also want to say a huge thank you to the guys from Split Charge. They invited me up, I went up, got in their way for a few days, raided the stock room, and they helped me get this installation done safely, correctly, with all the right size cabling because I didn't know what size cabling to use, but it's in, it's working, and it looks kind of neat. It's me that's done it, so it's never going to be perfectly neat, is it? But it's in, it's working, and yeah. Not sure what we're going to be doing in the next one. There's a few other bits and pieces that we've got to do, and I have got to get a load of stuff done in the house because we need to get that back on the market ASAP to then be able to buy another project. I've seen a couple, so we need to get this on the market as quick as possible. So videos might be not every Sunday, they might be 10 or so days or whatever in between, but I can assure you we're working on it and we'll get them out as quick as we can. Also, I'm going to say I've just relaunched the website. We've got the front print tees and this design on the back available on there in green and black. Not a huge amount left because I did a pre-order on them and sold quite a lot of them. So yeah, if we can get these all sold, or a number of these sold, I've got 2 new designs to drop, which are, I think, the best designs we've ever done. So yeah, go and buy some merch. Support the channel, help us build vehicles like this, and fund the content that you enjoy watching. But yeah, that is that one then, guys. Hopefully it's been an interesting one. I learned a lot and I've had some fun doing it. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, enjoy.